Hi, how are ya?
What's up, folks?
Trill Talk, the official first episode. Got to give a shout out to my sponsors that I don't fucking have, but CSA, Kieran's Fitzgibbons Gym, to the greatest coach
Val Ignatov.
there, Val Ignatov. Don't blink, it's true. You blink. Let me tell you a story to start this off. One time, me and Chaney here, we plotted, and we was like, man, fucking, he too powerful. Let's team up like Goku and Vegeta when they handling shit. So we sneak attack this man, jump on his back, jump on his front, everything. The nicest guy in the world turns like Super Saiyan Blue. This is before Goku and Vegeta learned that shit and just submitted both of us. And how long did it take him?
Oh, dude, under a minute for sure. Probably under 30 seconds. Dude, fucking listen. Like, his eyes went all fucking creepy and vacant, and he just fucked us. And we were playing, by the way. You know what I mean? Like, we were playing in a way that was serious enough that we were trying to fuck him up, but he went like fucking, like flashbacks of Vietnam and shit. He wasn't fucking around. He destroyed us so quick.
Yeah. Why is the sound bar not moving? Hello. I don't know. Should we get G to test this? The first live talk? We're gonna have to call down at Grinder Games. Let's call him. That's with a Z because he black. Let's call him G.
Jesse S. G.
Because we gotta test this out. Make sure it's cool for y'all. G, get your phone and go on my account and go to the live of it. See if you can hear us fine. For the fantastic people out there, it's some flew in my eye. I tell you guys, we're in Thailand right now, and shit will go in your eyes. Something just went in my eye. Yes, it did. I'm gonna look like fucking Kakashi Hatake pretty soon out here. Look, I'm gonna tell you, kids be moving slow nowadays. But we're gonna test this out. Just give me the phone. Hold on. This is what we're gonna do, folks. This is how dope this is gonna be. My son moves slow. Let's see who get there first on the live stream. Right now, let's go. Can I even look at my own damn live stream? Hold on, I don't even know if I can.
You're racing them.
I don't know if I could look at my own live stream while I'm live streaming. Do you see I got a live stream going?
I'm thinking this is like.
Can you see or no? Oh, you can hear. Cool.
Dude, I'm thinking this is like
the most. All right, go finish your homework. So
complicated sound check ever. Right?
So we good. So let's pick up. We already got one watcher. Welcome you guys. It's G. Get up, sign out of there now. Oh, look. He talking shit. So back to what we saying. We were in the middle of a discussion. And look, my son can't even spell quiet. I'm ashamed of him.
Said be white. Silly ass little boy.
But we were in the middle of a discussion and we were discussing striking, quote unquote, the striking arts. And Chaney was like, we need to hit a Trill Talk. And I was like, we do. So we were discussing Kieran Fitzgibbons Combat Sports Academy, CSA.
With ties in general, guys like San Chai and Bukau and Sidichai and Joseph Valtolini, all sorts of other folks, because the thing that we got here is.
Well, we got to tell them how we started, though. We got to tell them how we started. So we started with, we always have these debates. Man, we could have been famous on YouTube a long time ago, record all these. But in my opinion, I told them that Rafael Cordero is the only trainer in MMA that can teach real Muay Thai. And I feel that there's very few jiu-jitsu people that could teach jiu-jitsu for MMA, and very few good MMA coaches, even though I would put that as the most. And I feel there's almost no real boxing coaches, very few Dutch kickboxing coaches for MMA, and very few wrestling coaches good for MMA.
And for me, really, what this is not so much a debate as a discussion of what really constitutes real Muay Thai, real kickboxing, real Dutch kickboxing, real boxing. At what point do these things break down? That's really my point in this. You know,
and Kieran, you got to bring up Kieran. How remember he was the little spark, the catalyst in all this, because I said I feel that has his own style of striking, and as a trainer also that he's created.
Sure, you know what? So, and at that point, it's like you gotta kind of ask yourself, like, okay, is Kieran kickboxing, or is he Dutch kickboxing, or is he some sort of K1 hybrid, or exactly what is he at that point? You know, and to that point, I think I should say, just as a presentation of our different perspectives, Dominic is a striker, whereas I'm a jiu-jitsu guy who's picked up kickboxing and Muay Thai, and that's what I'm competing in primarily right now. So he's a guy with an older perspective that's more educated, and I'm a new guy. It's just a little bit different. So, I mean, the authorities are different in that way, but also the perspectives are different too. So,
you know, one of the things we were discussing, we brought up, you know, rest in peace, Ramon Deckers.
Yeah.
And, you know, James was talking about him competing in Muay Thai and saying that the Muay Thai fighter, is a Dutch kickboxer. And I was explaining my perspective of you can be a Dutch kickboxer and compete in Muay Thai, but that doesn't make you a Muay Thai fighter. And I use an example of some people here in Phuket. Muay Thai fighters went to compete in China, for example, and they found out they were fighting in Sanda. So these were Muay Thai fighters competing in Sanda.
And Dutch kickboxers. In the case of Pascal Scross, he's a German fella with a distinctly Dutch style.
And, you know, then many of them were at a disadvantage and lost due to the Sanda rules. And, you know, it's funny because you just brought up Pascal, something in my eye. Sorry, folks, but you brought up Pascal, and I've been thinking about this a lot. A lot of people might not agree. A lot of people see the kickboxing style, right? Mm-hmm. Without the utilization of the knees, the sweeps, and the clinch as Dutch kickboxing. Me, you know, a lot of people categorize it that way. They look at it. A lot of people, you know, in my experience throughout combat sports, they have it used to be, I remember back in the days when I started, everybody would talk about like American kickboxing, right? And Muay Thai. Right. And then Dutch started getting popular in the US and everything. Then people started talking about American kickboxing, Dutch kickboxing, Muay Thai. And most people break it up as one of those three when it comes to like the kickboxing type of arts. And then people would talk about competing in K1, but they would classify K1 it's like Dutch kickboxing, a lot of people.
Right.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying?
Or glory, right? But K1 or glory. Was almost the same thing, right?
Yeah, or glory. But see, it's like, I don't look at it that way. The way I look at it is K1 to me was a promotion, which it was.
Yes.
But now I actually look at K1 as a style.
A lot of people do.
Because if you see, you know, that's what's good about these kind of talks. Because I haven't met too many people that look at it as a style. I look at more people talk about K1, and I start to think they view it as a style in the way I do. But then as I listen to them talk further, I realize, oh, they're just basically saying it's Dutch kickboxing, you know. But I look at it. It's different because if you really dwell deeper into Dutch kickboxing and you really watch the way the Dutch in specific fight and train, not all the people in K1 do that. You know, or Glory, like you bring up Bartolini and stuff, he doesn't fight like a Dutch, you know?
See, and the curious thing about him, though, is like he's known for his low kicks in particular, right? But he comes from a Taekwondo background, which does not allow low kicks. So it's curious that he comes up with this style that's so emphatic on that. But at the end of the day, that's the Joseph Bartolini style, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like traditional Dutch kickboxing. You know, when you look at it, just to see how it comes out, it has great boxing combinations and has low kicks. But it doesn't look quite like Dutch kickboxing, even though if people describe Dutch kickboxing in a really broad sort of way, that's kind of what they're going to say it is.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, some guys have like, here's the thing for me. If you, to me, when I watch the Dutch fight, it's the high guard.
Mm-hmm.
It's no fucking head movement for most of them.
Right.
It's high volume head and body punch combinations
And then low
accentuated
kicks.
with kicks, predominantly low. You know,
until late in the fight, right?
Yeah, because you know, even if you look at even Ramon Deckers or Rob Kamen, they threw low kicks, but sometimes they put them in a head kick and everything like that. But it's predominantly low. And then when you take something and you start adding head movement to that, how can you just call that the Dutch kickboxing at that point? You know, how can you just call that Dutch kickboxing at that point? And when you look at K1 overall as a promotion, that's why I look at it as a style. And there were so many guys that they took. You have more guys that took elements of Dutch kickboxing, but then they had their own shit to it. And that's why I just like, man, K1, a lot of people fought, I just call it the K1 style, where it's a high emphasis on Dutch techniques, but everybody had their own shit to it, you know. And it's just not, to me, it's never been Dutch kickboxing. Like Bartolini, what can you really classify him as? And you know, earlier we were talking about like Lurtzilla and all that, and we were
Lurtzilla,
discussing
Thai, these Thai guys who don't have a
and Bukau, we had
Bukau, yes.
Bukau. You know, and you know, I was saying earlier, so people on air can hear, I feel these four are Muay Thai guys that added in a few elements of something else. You know, that's how I feel about them. I feel their overall base and fighting style is Muay Thai. Wow, like a Bartolini. If somebody was to be like, hey, where did Bartolini come from? What is Bartolini? Nobody could really say. And what did you just say? You came from Taekwondo. Nobody could really say. But when you look at him, you can't really say because he has his own shit altogether. And yes, it might be confusing because everybody has their own style. Like everybody can have their own style of boxing. Floyd Mayweather, Joe Frazier, Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson. They all have their style of boxing. Different people have their own style of Muay Thai, their own style of Dutch kickboxing. But then there's these off-key guys like Bartolini. Yeah. You like, if you were to say, is he a boxer? Is he this and that? You can't say. Some things you can. It's easier to say what he's not than what he is. You know, but when I look at guys like Sanchai and these guys, it's like, that's a Muay Thai guy. Like when I watch them, I'm like, that's a Muay Thai guy. Like when I look at Sittachai, my mind is like, that's a Muay Thai guy, but he can box a look better than most Muay Thai guys. But I still see what he is.
You understand what I'm saying? The thing about it is, it's like, you define them by the rule set that they compete in, because a lot of what you see with a guy like Sanchai is a guy that has a profound understanding of how to win in the rule set that he's competing with him, right? Because he knows what he needs to look out for, he knows what he needs to react to, he knows what other people are going to do, because he's used to people operating within this system. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but see, I wouldn't define him as that. Like, even if you put him in K1, I would, you know, and I look at K1 as a promotion and style, I wouldn't define him as a K1 guy. I would still define him as a Muay Thai guy with better hands. And here's something to think about. Do you remember when we were at PTT and I was helping Ching Chai get ready for 2 fights?
That's Phuket Top Team, by the way. PTT, Phuket Top Team.
I was helping Ching Chai get ready for 2 matches.
Right.
And I was helping Lurtzilla get ready for 2 matches.
That's right.
And do you recall I'm 100% sure that was Ching Chai's his match's first time going into the K1 rules. You remember?
Okay.
And then I think it might have been Lurtzilla's first time as well, or one of his earlier times.
Okay.
But do you remember the reason they wanted me specific to help is because they said I had that hybrid style and that the Thais are not used to fighting like that K1 rule set. That's why they wanted me to help, because they were like, they're good at Muay Thai, but they're not good at fighting in this rule set. So they just, what they needed me for as a training partner, main training partner for those fights, was to learn how to utilize their Muay Thai within the K1 rule set. And that was exactly what they told me they needed me for when they were telling me to help these guys get ready. But see, they still were learning to use their Muay Thai within the K1 rule set. But you can't define them as a K1 or a fighter or a Dutch kickboxer or Western boxer. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
So that's why I look at like a guy, like I look at Lerdzilla or Sittachai. When I look at them, I can still see all the things of a Muay Thai guy. But then I see some shit where they moving and fucking flipping and all this. I'm like, oh, that Muay Thai guy, but that's his style. But then when you look further back, the trainer taught them some of that. You know, so, but I can still see the Muay Thai. And as amazing as Sittachai is, and I love Sittachai, you know what I mean? What's his fucking biggest weapon? It's his
Left kick.
left kick. And what is that? That's straight. It's straight out of Muay Thai. It's straight out of Muay Thai. Even if you look at Jan Slakai, you know that's my dude. What's his strongest thing? It's his left kick. And that's straight out of Muay Thai. You don't see no left kicks like that from nowhere but Muay Thai. Nowhere but Muay Thai. You know what I mean? Even if you look at Crow Cop, it was the speed, the timing, and boom, done. But you don't see that. Bow, bow, bow. The utilization of it. Even if you think about it, to utilize the left kick to shut down the right hand, to switch up between the liver, shutting down the hand and the head, and to use it to just, dude, I've seen Yad completely shut down Andy Sauer with all left kicks. Sittachai shut down people with all left kicks. That's a tactic from the art of Muay Thai. So I feel that you're defined by what art you utilize, what art you know, what art you master, not what rule set you're competing under. And even if you look at them tactically, Sittachai has the tactics of a Muay Thai guy. Look at him when he fights a person with better hands than him. What does he use to beat them? His kicks, his push kick, his left kick. And then after that, when he wears them out, what does he go to? He has a little bit better boxing from learning from the Thai military, and then he starts to use his hands. When he finds a person with better hands and stuff like that, he doesn't sit there using his hands first. He uses everything that Muay Thai guys know. If you look at Bukaw, when Bukaw first burst onto the scene, what did he beat everybody with? Push kicks, and regular body kicks. Yeah. That's what he's beating everybody with. When he fought Masato Kobayashi, and you know I got a man crush on that guy, he push kicked that motherfucker like 200 fucking times. Like boom, 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 boom. And Masato was like, whoa, how can I get past this? What am I gonna do? And he beat him like a Muay Thai guy. He didn't want to go hand to hand with Masato Kobayashi. And that was after Masato went and specifically trained his boxing at that. So I feel you're defined by what art you most utilize, what art you're most adept at. But that doesn't mean you can't learn to utilize that art within that. Like you brought up Ramon Deckers. You remember you spoke, you were like, he competed in Muay Thai. When the fuck did you ever see him going like this?
Okay. But I mean, that's not necessarily what defines a Muay Thai fighter. What I would say that makes him more of a Dutch stylist is how he used that outside of fighting and didn't really use the clinch so much.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm just saying. It's the art you most utilize.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the art you most utilize, and that's why I just said the art you're the most adept at. It's the approaches you take. If you look at Ramon Deckers, his tactics were like a Dutch kickboxer. His approach was like a Dutch kickboxer, and that's why I was using Sittachai and Yad as an example, and Bukaw when he first burst into the scene. Their skills are like a Muay Thai guy. Their tactics are like a Muay Thai guy. Even look at when I just fought, what did I have trouble with? As blended as I am of a striker, it was something that you only see the Thais really good at.
It's the push kicks.
The push kicks, yeah. So they're utilizing something particularly from that art, and they're strategizing and they're implementing strategies particular from that art.
See, and it's for me, it's still slippery, right? Because if somebody is used to this sort of paradigm of guys that are great at push kicks in the clinch, right? where they're very long or they're very close, if there's somebody who is extremely good at power punching as a Thai fighter, they're going to capitalize on that and beat a lot of people with it because that's so different than what the norm is. You know, it's an easy place to identify where you have an advantage. And I mean, from there, like, what I guess Yod Songklai would be a good example because he has so much power in that left hand, you know? So, fucking, if he was to go ahead and put those hands on people, he could impose that. And for me, when I'm fighting Thai fighters, I'm able to resist their clinch because I have so much wrestling experience. And I'm able to impose my, I wouldn't even say boxing because I'm such a shit boxer, but I'm not scared to stand in front of people and get hit in the face. So I can use that, whereas that's an area of discomfort for them. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, if you look at it, I don't feel he can ever impose his will with his punches.
Well,
and even if you look
it's
at
just
it,
not even impose so much as deter, right?
but look at this stuff. Look at this. You know how I talk about how I say what you are is what you utilize the most, right?
Mhm.
If you and your approaches, what art you take your approach from. If you look at Yad, his left hand is generally used for two things. He plays it off the ropes and counters.
Right.
And guess who's known for doing that all the time? And famously plays the ropes. Two things, boxers and kickboxers. And then he uses it after he's hurt people with his kicks or everything, or they're hurt, and then he goes forward with it. But if you look at Yad, if you just say, hey, can Yad box? That mother, he can't fucking box. He can't box for shit. If you just
No,
you know what I mean? He can't box for shit. So, but if you look at the way he's devastating with the left hand.
Yes.
But his implementation of it, he implements it in a Muay Thai like fashion. He plays that ropes. I was just watching a fight of his. I can't even remember who it was. Not too long ago when he was on the ropes, and he straight fucking did the stuff. You know how they always sitting on the ropes like this, and then he just wham, and the dude just like that. Even his approach to it is like a Muay Thai and using that.
Okay, but let me bring up, who's this little Japanese motherfucker? What's his name? Who's talking about fighting Mayweather? What's his name?
Tension.
Tension, right? He's a southpaw. He's really good with this check, a right hook, which is kind of interesting, right? How would you define his style? You know, because like, again, this is how I think it's kind of slippery because, I mean, I definitely would not describe him as Muay Thai. He's closer to what?
Yeah, those are where I'm saying you get you get some guys that are like Valtellini, where you could say what they aren't, but you can't say what they are. That's what I just call the K1 style. Because some people have, like, that's what I would say about myself. I have a high emphasis on fucking boxing, but I elbow and knee and low kick the fucking shit out you with the best of them. So what can you even define me as? Because if you put me in there straight with one of the best boxers, I ain't gonna win that. You know, so fucking like that guy, I just look at like a kid. Even Masato, who I like. What could anybody define him as? You know, if you look at him, like I said, if I look at Sanchai, if I look at Bukai, if I look at Yad, and I look at the weapons they use, I'm like, those are Muay Thai weapons. I look at the tactics. That's a Muay Thai tactic, you know, and it's easy to see what they are. But some people, I would say one of the guys who aren't Thai, you know, and they have, to me, the best utilization of Muay Thai is Petrosian. You know?
Okay.
And think about it. Thais are very good with range and distance and keeping you long. He is too.
Sure.
Thais are excellent at countering, especially with kicks and push kicks. He is too. You know,
he's all about that left straight and that left step.
And he shuts down. And Thais are very good. Very good at shutting down punching offense with kicks. And so is he. So when I look at him like a Muay Thai guy. He's that motherfucker do Muay Thai with the best of them. But he takes a Thai-like approach. if you look at the Dutch, tell me what Dutch guy you see that has that kind of range and distance and playing the ropes like that and use their kicks to shut down all of that. But see, and look at this. If somebody was like, who's the best kickers? A lot of people would say, oh, the Thais. But guess what? And now you have experience in Muay Thai fights yourself. What the fuck do they kick the least of?
Your legs. The legs the least, yeah.
And then look at the Dutch. They got the best of that. So it shows there is a difference in these arts. So to me, whatever art you're the most adept at, whatever art you can use the best, whatever art shows the most in your expression of your style, whatever art you take the tactics from, that's what you are. But some people, if you just a striker, you know, it's a generic word anyways. To me, those people that just came up, you know, just like how Joe Rogan always talks about, he's like, man, these young fucking kids, they're going to be the best because they don't train anything. They just train MMA. You know how he always talks about that? To me, that's kind of what the K1 style is. When you can't define it, and every once in a while you see some peek through that reminds you of something, but you can never look at the guy and say what it is. Intentions like that to me, Bartolini's like that to me, you know, it's very few people that's like that. Even if you look at a guy like Dr.Jekyll, who I like, he fights like a Dutch kickboxer. You know what I mean? He fights like a Dutch guy. So that's how I look at that. And we were talking about Kieran as well, and the difference of fighters taking in other arts compared to trainers. You know, that was right before you said we should get this on the podcast, but
you know what, man, and like I think at some point, whatever the fuck this is, but at some point it's just individual attributes meeting up with the trainer and then coming out within a particular rule set. You know what I mean? So if you're competing in Muay Thai, by definition, it's going to be Muay Thai. Within K1, that's K1. Within MMA, that's MMA. But at the same time, do you call Cruel Cop MMA? I don't know that you do, right? At some point, you're just whoever you are doing whatever you do. You know what I mean?
But are you taking the rule set and putting it upon the person? Because if we're talking about what style that person embodies, that has nothing to do with what art they're fighting in.
Well, at some point, that's what I'm saying, is at some point, you're just fucking you know, and you're doing what you do within whatever this is. You know what I mean? Because Muay Thai can come out in so many different incarnations. And, you know, I mean, like, what? Like, I've heard people define Dutch kickboxing as Kyokushin combined with boxing. But at the same
time. And Muay Thai. Yeah, those three.
Well, those three. Yeah. But, I mean, it could be those two or even that one. You know what I mean? But ultimately, everybody is unique and does their own thing their own way when you get right down to it, you know, and they're always going to be influenced by what they can and cannot do. But at some point, you know, you're just a person doing your thing.
Yeah. So the thing could be done. Mm-hmm. But we're going to watch some UFC, folks. We want to hear your thoughts on it and eat. We hungry as fuck. Mm-hmm. We're going to start recording these sessions. Follow him. Give your all your shit.
I'm James Chaney MMA. Follow me at Wayward Wandering over at WordPress. See what's up. I got a blog every week. And yeah, you know, follow me on Facebook, whatever the fuck. It ain't anything too formal. I'm just around, you know. Just
me at Fallen Angel 510 on Twitter, on Instagram, fucking on Facebook, on YouTube, on SoundCloud, all that shit. Follow me everywhere. Say hello and give your thoughts to the podcast below.
Right. So you're Fallen Angel 510, and you got this ANG. Is that right?
Oh, that's the rap name. Yeah, follow that name. SoundCloud.
Yeah, follow that SoundCloud. Yeah.
ANG A.N.G and niggas getting it. That's what we out here trying to do. So yeah, listen to the SoundCloud. Listen to beats. Please subscribe. Always write your thoughts in the comments below. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Right on. See you.